and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're stepping inside a cozy farmhouse that proves you don't need a huge budget to create a home that feels truly luxurious. Our tour is packed with clever tips and timeless details that elevate your space, from rustic charm to chic sophistication. Whether you're redecorating a country cottage or simply love that warm farmhouse vibe, this journey will show you how small changes can make a big impact. Farmhouse style has captured hearts for decades because it blends comfort with understated elegance. Its charm lies in natural textures, vintage finds, and classic details that stand the test of time. But modern farmhouse decor isn't just about shiplap and mason jars anymore, it's about layering warm neutrals, subtle patterns, and quality finishes that make any home feel inviting and expensive without losing that down-to-earth character we all love. Let's start at the front door. Your entryway sets the tone for the entire home, so keep it clean, bright, and welcoming. A rustic bench paired with textured pillows, a vintage runner, and a polished mirror above a simple console can create an instant feeling of understated luxury. Add a vase of fresh greenery or dried stems for a seasonal touch, small, affordable details that tell guests your home is thoughtfully curated. A home feels expensive not because of flashy decor, but because of depth and texture. Think linen drapes, chunky knit throws, woven baskets, and soft jute rugs. These natural materials bring warmth and character, turning ordinary rooms into spaces that invite you to linger. When you mix textures thoughtfully, smooth ceramics against rough wood, crisp cotton beside nubby wool, you create a farmhouse atmosphere that's cozy, stylish, and surprisingly sophisticated. The secret to making any farmhouse interior look high-end is a soothing, timeless color palette. Warm whites, soft taupes, muted sage greens, and gentle clay tones are your best friends. They provide a versatile backdrop for vintage treasures, painted furniture, and seasonal decor. By sticking to a cohesive palette, you create a sense of harmony and flow that makes your home feel more polished, open, and thoughtfully designed. Good lighting is like good jewelry, it elevates everything else. In a cozy farmhouse, think iron lantern pendants in the kitchen, wooden beaded chandeliers over the dining table, and warm sconces in hallways. These pieces don't have to be expensive, but they should feel intentional and substantial. Soft, dimmable bulbs add an ambient glow, giving each room that coveted mix of warmth and sophistication while highlighting the textures and details you've worked so hard to curate. The heart of any farmhouse is the living room. To achieve that high-end cozy look, focus on balance, layered throw blankets, generous pillows in a mix of patterns, and a soft area rug to anchor the seating. Swap mass-produced artwork for vintage-inspired prints or botanical sketches in simple wood frames. A few well-chosen accents like a carved wooden bowl or a stack of antique books will give the room character and a collected over time feel. If you're lucky enough to have a fireplace, make it the star of the show. Keep the mantle uncluttered with just a few impactful pieces, like a large rustic mirror or an oversized piece of art flanked by simple candle holders. Add a basket of chunky knit throws nearby for texture and warmth. Seasonal touches, such as fresh pine garlands in winter or a bowl of dried hydrangeas in fall, keep your farmhouse cozy and ever-changing. A cozy farmhouse kitchen is both practical and elegant. Painted cabinets in warm whites or soft sage, simple hardware in antique brass or matte black, and butcher block or stone countertops instantly feel high-end. Open shelves styled with vintage crockery, glass jars, and woven baskets keep things casual but curated. Don't forget fresh herbs in clay pots, an affordable touch that adds charm, life, and a hint of farmhouse authenticity. Butcher block countertops are one of the most cost-effective ways to achieve a farmhouse chic look. Their natural wood grain adds warmth and character, and when paired with crisp cabinetry, they create a timeless contrast that feels far more expensive than it actually is. A little regular care keeps them looking fresh, and over time they develop a patina that adds to the sense of history and charm that farmhouse interiors thrive on. Your dining space doesn't need to be grand to feel luxurious. Start with a sturdy farmhouse table, whether it's a reclaimed wood piece or a budget-friendly replica. Layer it with linen runners, vintage-style dinnerware, and simple floral arrangements. A dramatic pendant light overhead adds instant sophistication, while slip-covered chairs or a built-in bench keep the look approachable and cozy. It's all about that mix of rustic textures and refined details. In the bedroom, less is more. Choose soft, layered bedding in crisp whites, oatmeal, or muted greens, and add a quilt or throw for texture. A tufted or wooden headboard lends farmhouse charm, while vintage bedside lamps in ceramic or glass create a warm glow. Keep surfaces uncluttered with just a stack of books, a simple vase of fresh blooms, and perhaps a scented candle to bring calm and subtle sophistication. Even the smallest farmhouse bathroom can feel luxurious with thoughtful details. Consider a shiplap accent wall painted in a warm neutral, antique brass fixtures, and simple white subway tiles. Add a wooden stool for folded towels, a woven basket for storage, and framed botanical prints for charm. Finish with plush towels and a cozy rug underfoot, simple upgrades that make your bathroom feel as inviting as the rest of the home. Often overlooked, hallways and little nooks are opportunities to add style. A vintage console with a few framed photos, a wall-mounted shelf with curated treasures, or a narrow runner can turn an empty space into a cozy moment. Adding ambient lighting, such as a small lamp or sconce, creates warmth and makes these in-between areas feel intentional and elegant rather than forgotten. A farmhouse home feels even more luxurious when the outdoors gets just as much attention. A rustic wooden table with a mix of vintage chairs, soft outdoor cushions, string lights overhead, and potted herbs or lavender along the edges make your patio a true extension of the home. This seasonal space doesn't need to be costly. Simple natural materials and thoughtful styling can turn a basic porch into a welcoming retreat. key to making your home feel both cozy and expensive is to embrace the seasons without going overboard. Use natural elements, fresh blooms in spring, sun-bleached linens in summer, warm woolen throws in fall, and evergreen branches in winter. Swapping out just a few accessories each season keeps your home feeling fresh and curated, proving that luxury is often found in the details rather than the price tag. Fresh or faux, greenery is essential in a cozy farmhouse. A tall fiddle leaf fig in a woven basket, eucalyptus branches in a ceramic vase, or even small herbs on the windowsill breathe life into your rooms. Greenery softens hard edges, adds texture, and brings a calming, high-end vibe to every space. Plus, it's one of the most affordable ways to elevate your farmhouse interiors instantly. One of the charms of farmhouse decor is the mix of old and new. Vintage wooden stools, antique picture frames, or a worn leather trunk tell a story and add depth to your interiors. Shopping flea markets or thrift stores not only saves money but also helps you create a look that feels unique and personal. Mixing these finds with newer pieces strikes the perfect balance between cozy comfort and upscale character. You don't need a gallery budget to decorate like a pro. Black and white family photos in matching frames, watercolor prints of wildflowers, or DIY framed vintage textiles can add texture and sophistication to your walls. Grouping accessories in 3s or 5s, like candles, small books, and a decorative bowl, creates visual harmony. Thoughtful styling makes even the simplest items look intentional, and that's often the difference between an ordinary room and one that feels elevated. A cozy farmhouse feels most inviting when it's tidy and organized. Woven baskets under benches, wooden crates in the pantry, and vintage-style hooks in mudrooms provide storage while adding to the rustic charm. Open shelves styled neatly with a mix of functional and decorative items keep spaces both practical and beautiful. Orderly rooms let your decor shine and make your home feel instantly more polished and expensive. In the evenings, nothing transforms a farmhouse like soft, layered lighting. Combine overhead lights with table lamps, sconces, and plenty of candles, real or battery-operated. The goal is to create pools of warm light that make each corner feel inviting. Avoid harsh, bright bulbs and opt for warm tones instead. This simple yet powerful detail is one of the easiest ways to add that expensive, magazine-worthy glow to your home. When you blend natural textures, a cohesive color palette, vintage character, and thoughtful lighting, your farmhouse home transforms into something truly special. It's not about spending a fortune but about creating harmony and warmth. Each detail builds on the next, telling a story of comfort, style, and personal touch. By following these steps, you'll discover that making your home look expensive is more about intention than budget. Thank you so much for joining me on this cozy farmhouse tour. I hope today's tips have inspired you to see your home in a fresh new light. Remember, you don't need to start big. Sometimes a simple throw blanket, a touch of greenery, or a vintage lamp can completely transform a space. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Now it's your turn to make your home feel truly stunning and inviting.